Yo, what is up everyone? How's it going? And welcome back to Get Jacked here in Subnautica. Now, as you can see, the base is coming along pretty well. Now, what we've got to do is we've got to get that other side all glassed out. Look at it looks so lopsided without glass on the other side, so I have to go get a ton of quartz. But besides that, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to get into nuclear reactors and all that kind of stuff. We're going to get into nuclear power, which is going to be crazy. It's going to be awesome. We need to get uranium. We need to do a whole bunch of stuff. So what we're going to be starting out with is I'll kind of show you how the nuclear reactor works and all that kind of stuff. So first we got to get into that. But, well, I got to show you this. This is so cool. Look at these guys, the little wispy dudes. They're so awesome. I finally got some eggs. Got 2 eggs for those guys, and now they've just been laying them like crazy. So I think we're going to need a full aquarium for those ones. I think they're going to give off a cool blue glow. And if we add them with some of the other plants and stuff in the game, I think we'll get a pretty cool aquarium going on with those guys. But anyway, we need to get into this nuclear reactor and all that kind of stuff. So let's check this out. Let's see what the cost requirements are for this. Now, okay, so we need our ingots. We need lubricant. Alright, perfect. So we've got all that stuff. We should be able to build this up nice and easy. So let's just grab all of these pieces of salvage, which we can deconstruct into titanium. And that should be enough for our 2 titanium ingots right there. Now this might take a second. As you can see, my power isn't too high. I don't have that big of a power limit and all that kind of stuff. So we need to get nuclear. We need to get that power. Now hopefully we can get into refining some nuclear warheads and take out the Kraken and all that kind of stuff. But that's alas, actually we can't do that in this game. I wish we could, but that would be really awesome. All we could do is use our uranium for nuclear power and whatnot. So we've got our ingots. We should be all set there. And now we also need, let's see here, we need some lead, and we need, where are we at? Where are we at? Lubricant. Where's the lube at? No, we don't need a sea glide. It's right here, so lube. Perfect. So we'll grab out one of those, and then we'll head out here. So let's get this thing built. Let's see how it looks. Now, it looked just kind of like a metal box, but maybe it'll look cooler when I actually build it. So let's see here. Can we place it? We can place it right out here. So we've just got a couple cables inside of a metal box. So it's not that awesome looking. I wish it looked like, you know, really cool and glowed and all that kind of stuff, but I don't think it does. So unfortunately, it's just going to be a little metal box over here in the corner. But anyway, let's see here. What do we got here? We need uranium and we need water. So let's grab this stalker tooth. We don't want that just sitting out here. But we need to get these resources. Let me go grab those, and I do need to make up some of that filtered water and all that kind of stuff. So we'll actually build that. Let's see here. That's going to take salt and common coral samples. I think I'm going to have to grab some common coral samples. So we'll have to do that because those actually take bleach. So you got to make bleach out of those kind of things. So let's see here. That's not the way we have to go. I got a little confused. I was a little lost there for a second. We need to head out here. I'll grab some common coral samples, and we'll be right back when we're all set. Alright, so I think we're all ready, but one thing that I do need to show you, we've got uranium crystals here, so that's what we need to, where are we going? Okay, we're going right here. We need disinfected water, so we've got all of our water, we're all set. Now, if you take 3 of your uranium crystals, oh crap, I need 3, I've only got 2, I need 1 more. Alright, 1 more. Alright, so if you take 3 of these, we can make uranium. Now, I feel like I should be wearing my radiation suit or something. This is dangerous stuff. This isn't stuff you should be just playing around with. But anyway, let's go out here. Let's see what we've got. Alright, we'll go to our... I put a couple grow plants out here. Kind of just hide all of our power stuff. Hopefully we should get some big, huge, tall, thick plants to kind of take care of covering up this area. So, we've added our stuff. It doesn't even glow or anything. I felt like it would at least glow or something along those lines. So it doesn't do that, but look at the power difference. Now solar panels only do that much, bioreactors that much, and so it is a big difference in power. 150 power, like that's crazy. All right, but anyway, why don't we go out? What we're gonna do now is we need to head out. We're going to be going to the island very close. Let's get some food here. I'm getting pretty hungry. But we need to go out to the island that we were in the last episode off to the east of the Aurora. And we need to get uranium. So we're going to get a ton of uranium to power our reactor. We'll be right back. Alright, so here we are in our awesome Cyclops. We've made it to the... Basically, we're underneath the floating island. So, well, we gotta get these lights going on. It's really dark in here. So, what we gotta do here is we gotta take our little sea moth out. Oh my gosh, this is so cool taking it out with this animation and all that kind of stuff. But, alright, so basically what we're after is uranium. So, we need to get that nuclear material, that highly sought after uranium. So, what we gotta find is, we gotta look, I was kind of seeing it on the cliffs over here. Okay, there it is, there it is. You see it right there? It's kind of a goofy colored type substance. Wait, where did it just go? It always shoots you out of the sea moth at a weird angle, so I always get really lost to as where to where I am. Alright, so we need to find the, where did that little piece go? It's really hard to see about here, like in the shadows and stuff. They like turn black and they look really weird. Okay, let's point. Okay, our sea moth's pointed right at it. There it is. So we've got our uranium crystal. Check it out. Uranite crystal. You know what I mean, that thing. So we gotta get more, we gotta grab all this quartz. Like I said, we're gonna glass out the base. We need tons of quartz. And I didn't realize it before. Oh, here's a black one. He's in a shadow. But there is so much quartz in this area. Like, oh my god, there's so much quartz. I'm so excited for this because there aren't too many places where there's like, there's probably like 100 quartz in this area, and like no joke. 100 quartz. Let's submerge. Let's go down further and let's see. Oh, look at these. Oh, it's twitching in and out of existence. Look at this. We've got some awesome. What are these, blood vines? Oh no, we're crushing ourselves. Let's just go right to. We can go to 200 with the sea moth. So we'll just stay right there. All right. So we've got. What are these? We got blood vines going on. Can we scan these things? I don't think so. That was not the scanner either. That was a builder. Like I'm able to build them. Alright, so what do we, oh, this is the blood oil. Blood oil. I believe it is to make these guys. This is like the seed for these little plants. Let's pick these. Let's grab a couple of those. Ooh, there's like these little plants that look like fingers. Okay, so we've got finger plants, we've got blood vines. Let's make our way back up before we die. We lose a lot of oxygen when we're down in the depths and all that kind of stuff. Alright, so let's continue on to this little crevice over here, see if we got anything going on. I think these ones are within reach. Let's grab these little finger plants. These things are so goofy looking. What are they called? What are you things? Feather? Feather? Some kind of feather plant? Weird. Okay, so let's grab all those. And they look like fingers. We're going to grow these in the base. That's going to be really cool. So we've got a whole bunch of those. We're all stocked up on finger plants. And what else we got going on over here? See, look at this. Quartz and quartz. And just so much more quartz. Oh, there's uranium. We need that. Alright, let's go grab this. Perfect. Alright, so we got one here. We've got another one right here. Man, this is not too bad. This stuff is everywhere. Isn't it radioactive? I feel like I should be worried about carrying larger sums of this stuff on my person, you know? Just stick, what am I doing? Like sticking these in my pocket? Alright, let's grab this. Oh, there's another one. Oh, this is great. We're gonna have so much power for so long. Alright, so I just need to continue searching on here. I think we just need to fill up the whole Cyclops with this thing. I obviously won't put you through the... Oh no, what is this guy doing? Go away. I think he's coming over here. Yeah, we saw him just in time. Oh god, oh god. He's running into us. Leave me alone. Hey, stop it. Oh god. Jeez. These things are so mean. They don't do anything to us in the sea moth though. They might do a little bit of damage, but like, I mean, we can always just weld it back together. Alright, let's get away from him. We're just gonna escape from that guy. And we're gonna continue to search around. Our thing's just sparking. I think I need to weld this. We need to fix this thing. It is sparking and just looking like crap. At least the windshield isn't broken. We're good in that aspect. Alright, so I'm going to weld this thing up. We're going to find... So, no, don't go back into it. Alright, we're going to weld this up, and then we're going to go search out. We're going to see if we can find anything else interesting in this area. Alright, so I have been gathering up so many resources. Check this out. I've got a full inventory here, but I also filled up the entire Cyclops up here. So I'm pretty content on the trip. I think I've gotten a ton of resources and stuff to get the base going and all that kind of stuff. Always thinking about expanding that base and stuff. It's so exciting when you find so much quartz. It's just exciting. Alright, thank you. Alright, let me into here. It's really dark. Why did I leave the lights off? Let's see here. Let's turn these lights on. It's really dark in here. Which one is it? Okay, that one. Perfect. Alright, so we've got our lights on, but check this out. I have got so many resources. Can we turn those off? I can't really tell. I wish you could face it while toggling those. I can't really tell, but check this out. We've got quartz. We've got some more of the crystals in here. We've got more quartz and all kinds of stuff. We've got more things and all kinds of things. There's just so much going on in there. It's exciting. We've got so many resources. I've even got... Look at this. I even filled up these ones. Look at it. We are like almost max capacity now at this point. This is so exciting. But anyway, what we got to do is we've got to pilot this sucker a little bit deeper in. We got to see what's going on further on into this area. Now we can go a lot deeper in the Cyclops, so let's check this out. So if we go into our camera, we can kind of look around. Let's see if we can make it down without bumping into too much stuff. I don't think this thing really takes damage because I have wrecked it on some rocks. I've totally destroyed it. And nothing. So I'm going to pilot this thing in and we'll be right back. Okay, so here we are. I've got us deep in here. Look at this. We're at almost 300 meters down in this area. And look at the crystals. This isn't even a joke. Look at this. This is ridiculous. If you need crystal, this is where you gotta come. Like, there's so much going on here. Look at, there's figure plants galore. We've got crazy, scary eye plant things, which I actually want a couple of these. I really like these plants. I think they give off a cool glow. They might look a little goofy, but we've got a cave here. I can't make it into the cave. We've got way too little oxygen. It's depleting way too quickly. So let's see here. There's a little cave over there, so why don't we see if we can fit our Cyclops into there. Okay, can we make it? Okay, we can make it in. I don't know if the doors had room to open. I don't think it really matters, though, to be honest. Let's put our sea glide away. We don't really need the flashlight on. Or maybe we should leave it on. It's pretty dark. Yeah, it's really dark down here because we're at such a low depth. There isn't any sunlight getting down, so I think it is actually daytime, but it doesn't look like it at all. So there's nothing I could really do about that. I'll try to light up the path as much as we can. Now this is going to be the fun, disgusting part. Now, if you don't like the sound of metal hitting stone, you might not want to listen to this because it's probably going to happen. But this is unfortunate because I'm going to be railing this thing probably to get into this cave. I hope we don't hit too much stuff. So we're hitting fish, which is okay. Fish I can do. Oh, what the heck was that noise? Alright, I think we're doing alright. We got a little bump right there. Let's see if we can angle ourselves in. I think we're kind of squeezing in right now. Let's go to the camera. Oh, the tower camera is not going to help us at all. There's no light emanating from these, so they don't really help us to view anything when it's really dark. I wish you know what? I wonder if we could attach spotlights. You know, the spotlights that we got the blueprints for? I wonder if you can build those on the outside of this thing. So we can kind of see through a little tunnel of light. I apologize again for the darkness. Oh, we'll go up here. That's a lot brighter. Okay, that's a lot better. Alright, let's check this out. So we're in this little cave. We've got some cool music going on. Oh, we just hit something. Oh, no, the beeping. It's never gonna stop, I don't think, if we're in this cave. Oh, jeez. Oh, no, we might have gotten us in it's a really tight spot. Let's see here. Can we make it? Oh! What is that noise? I think it's those little gross leech eye things trying to attack us for some reason. Oh, there. Okay, so we've got our eye plants over here. Why don't we just park it right here? I think this looks like a good stopping point. All right, so let's check this out. We've got our lights down on the area. Wow, this is cool, but also really dark. So let's see if anything interesting's in here. We've got, let's see, more quartz. We're literally gonna have quartz for a lifetime, or maybe just one section of our build. Okay, so look at it's kind of illuminated. We've got a little illuminated path wherever these little eye plants are, so that's pretty cool. I'm definitely grabbing a couple seeds of those before we head back so that I can grow some of these out on the base. So, I'm not seeing anything too interesting. We've got mercury, which is the one we just passed, but I've got plenty of that. We don't really need to grab any at the moment. So what I think we've got to do at this point is head back to base, kind of get this uranium back, because, you know, we probably shouldn't be running into walls and crashing into stuff carrying all this radioactive material, you know. We don't want it to leak out or something, I don't know. But anyway, let's get this back to base. We'll kind of check out how it works in the bioreactor, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we're back at base. It took me like a ridiculously long amount of time to kind of maneuver that Cyclops out of there, but it's alright, we made it through. So basically what we've got going on is I've got all the uranium refined and ready to be put into our reactor. I think we're going to have plenty of power for a while, so check it out. These are the plants I kind of collected when we were out and about out there. I've got the eye ones and stuff, so it's already processing uranium. I can't actually put more than one charge in there, unfortunately. I wish you could just load this sucker up, but you actually cannot. So I've also got, where are we going over here? Right here, this planter. We've got our little, look at that, we've got our blood oil plants, we got our finger plants, so I should be able to do all that. I also got all of the glass. Let's check it out. We have so much glass, like one full inventory of glass finished off this room, so I've still got a whole other inventory full of it. So we've got plenty of glass to continue expanding and stuff. So I've got all these, look at these guys, they're so wispy. I think a couple more hatched when we were gone. And look at this guy. I don't know if his textures are working correctly or not, but we'll kind of find out once he grows to fruition. We'll see how colorful he gets in the end. So basically that's where we're going to stop for today. If you liked this video in Subnautica, definitely hit that thumbs up and or subscribe to the channel for more content if you haven't already. Otherwise, you all have a great rest of your day, and of course we'll catch you next time.